just saying. Like, Andy, do it. Genetically sacked. Genetically. Not in your voice.
Genetically hacked.
I just Angel. Genetically hacked. Genetically hacked.
Look, it's 2020. I can't do.
What do you want?
It's not nice, is it? I don't know. Is it?
Oh, that's a
It's not
being a
very
dickhead
nice, is
before.
it? Much more, Jan. Like genetically stacked. Genetically.
It's not offensive. It's a thing that happened.
It's a voice that sounds a certain way.
Cook Angel.
Cook Angel?
Cook the angel. Make sure it's tender.
Jack Hager.
I just love that he's just so fucking social justice warrior to the point where he's just like, he's black. I don't want to make fun of his voice
as soon
just in
as
case.
a cyclist goes past him, he turns into Hitler.
Oh, fuck,
Yeah.
fuck the cyclists.
They can all die.
No, not like that. Jesus.
Expunge them from reality.
Sponge. That sounds yummy.
Eat the sponge, Andy.
Is it like a sponge cake? Like,
No.
No? Okay.
It's like murder.
Hello, wrestling fans. And
Wrestling spans.
Wrestling what?
Wrestling spans.
Yeah, we're Spanish.
Wrestle the spam.
Why can't you talk?
I can talk.
Then do it.
Just not very well. Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to a very unique edition of the Suplah. This is a very
start.
unique episode. Shut up, damn it! So, okay, we have lightsabers. Great. So, in this episode, we have our friend from somewhere called America. His name.
No, it's funny. You're pretending not to know where it is. Because it's different from your place.
Why are you so awkward?
That was such a good joke, Andrew.
It's Carmine Antonelli.
Hi, everybody. I'm in England.
Yeah, I feel like this isn't really working until we get like, cause we need the camera to prove that we're all together.
Well, there's pictures.
There aren't.
Oh God, we can't take a single picture of this trip.
Oh, for fuck's sake, let me get the fucking selfie.
Brooks is going to take a
Jesus.
picture right now and then
There you go.
edit it into the video.
Yeah.
There you
Oh
go.
god, I have to do that.
Well, I mean, okay. Whilst you do that, we have another return as well. His name, you may know him. He is. Get in the picture, Liam. Good lord. His name is Liam Doon. Yeah.
We're just taking the photo. Sorry, 1 second.
And it's in the video right
now.
And now he's in the whole frame.
Maybe
Okay.
not in front of their faces.
Okay,
But
alright.
be in it.
This is great.
But be in it, though.
There you go. Look,
Hello.
I'm in it. There
This
you
is
go.
great for the
There
audio
you go,
portion.
that-
Yeah.
Let's put in
So,
all the pictures.
With me, as always, is Sam Brooks.
As always.
Wait, hang on. You've kind of glossed over me a little bit. I'm a bit
So
insulted.
Liam's here, so fuck off. Anyway, Brooks.
Okay, well, Liam's here
Yeah.
because we're in his house.
Yeah, we're in Liam's apartment.
Yeah, we can't exactly be like, bye Liam, go away.
Wait, does this mean we are live from the studio apartment?
Yes.
Yes. Well, it's not a studio apartment.
Shut the fuck up.
I guess it's the new city hall.
For one day, yeah.
For one day.
Just for one day,
And
we can be a city hall.
I guess so. We also have Keelan Boulder.
Hello.
Jesus.
Keelan's like, I've been waiting.
I thought you were going to skip past me.
No.
Wait, you didn't introduce Sam!
I did. I said it with me as always.
Wait, you've got to introduce Carmine.
I did.
What the fuck are you doing?
Why didn't you say anything about
You
me?
didn't introduce yourself.
Keelan is right here.
Okay, I did introduce myself, granted. I'm Andy Con. Hello. But I did introduce everybody.
I know the people couldn't see that, but Andy shrugged so begrudgingly, like, hello.
Is that how you just meet people?
I'm Andy. I guess.
Like,
Fuck off.
So, yeah, we're all here, which is a rarity.
It's been a great experience so far. We're all just laughing at
So,
Andy mostly.
so you're in England?
I am in England.
Yes. How do you find it?
Well, so far so good. My favorite thing about it, and I've been saying this as we've experienced it multiple times now, but there are a lot of times where everyone's saying to me, like, oh, you've got to try this thing, you've got to go to this place, you've got to see this, do this. I'm like, oh, okay, well, everyone's telling me to do these things and try these things. They must be really good, right? And then as I say that, everyone goes, well... no, not necessarily.
Well, that's the thing with a lot of stuff that we do. It's unique.
But it's shit.
Yeah.
I think the best one was we were at a place called Nando's. If you live in Britain, you know Nando's.
If you've been listening to the show for long enough, you already know what it is.
Oh, you know Nando's.
It's very cheeky.
I forget that we feature Nando's quite a lot on the
Yes.
show. And we took you to Nando's on Friday night.
Yes.
and you were saying that, on Saturday we're going to go to Wetherspoons because everyone has been raving about Wetherspoons.
Yes.
Andy really wants to go. It's supposed to be really good. And me, Sam, and Ellie, who were also with you at the time, all went,
like in unison. I'm like, okay. So you're taking me to a dumpster?
But it's our dumpster. It's a dumpster that you don't have.
It's a British dumpster.
Exactly.
Dumpster means.
What's the thing that's confused you the most, like in terms of like cultural differences?
Well, as any American folks listening to this will also be confused with me, a lot of places here don't take cash.
Yes.
Which is great because I only have cash.
So you're given what, like 10 £50 notes or something?
Yeah, when I ordered my
Wait, you were given 50? No one takes £50 notes.
Well, luckily I've been able to get rid of a few of them and break them up. But when I ordered my my pounds, they gave me a bunch of 50s.
Did you just go to somewhere in Manhattan on a street corner and just go up to, like, a guy just came up to you?
Can you give me the British money?
Do you want some pounds, man? Do you want some pounds? I got some £50 notes here.
I'll give you this green
In
money.
his
You give me the
fucking
plastic
jacket.
money.
Oh yeah, our money's plastic compared to your like paper shit.
The one thing I like the plastic part of it. It's okay. The one thing I don't like is that all the bills are different sizes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All our bills are the same
We're
size.
stupid and can't tell things apart very well.
The
so
50s
we
don't
have to
fucking fit in my
change
wallet.
everything.
And all I have are 50s.
I've
So
never
you can-
seen one, so...
Yeah, like
I can
so
show
you-
you mine.
It's so you can flex on people.
But like,
But then no one takes it. You're like, here's a
True.
£50 note.
It's not a good flex.
I have
but
this
it's a
big
flex.
piece of money that I can't use.
it's like when I worked in a shop and someone would give you like a £50 note, you'd have to test it, like scribble this
When I
shit
worked at a supermarket, I won't say which one because fuck them.
I mean, you don't. Oh, okay. I was going to say,
Oh,
you
okay.
don't work there anymore. There's no privacy there.
No, fuck them. I ain't
Okay.
giving them any airtime regardless. Anyway, I used to have to fucking call managers over.
Yeah,
they
I
had to confirm it. I was too low down to confirm a £50 note.
You have the
don't
same
trust
pair
you.
of fucking eyes and the same magic pen.
Yeah, like
I would literally just be like, I'll get a £50 note. I'd have to ring a bell, wait 30 seconds, and look awkwardly at this customer and just go,
This is your fault.
yeah, just be like,
at that point I'd go, do you not?
hang on, we're still waiting for this person to
Oh,
come.
okay.
And then they come and they go, have you written on it with the magic pen?
Yeah, that's
not
it.
just fucking with biro going.
Yeah, I wrote LOL on it.
I think this is real. LOL. Definitely not fraud.
Draw a mustache at the queen.
This is a big number.
Should go. Have you used a pen? Yeah. Okay, then yeah, great. Just like,
What the fuck was that?
At least where I worked, they would like pretend to do some bullshit, like put it up to a
the
live or
live
something,
thing where
and
everyone's
like, yeah,
and you can
okay.
see the queen in it, just like, wow, it's magic money.
You can see the queen inside it. She's stuck in there.
So
Like a Harry Potter painting.
It's funny you say that light test is bullshit because we went to the Harry Potter gift shop at King's Cross.
Yeah.
And I broke up one of my 50s there. And I handed it to the girl at the register and she just, like, real quick, like, look, huh? Okay. Like, she didn't even fucking look at it. Like, she just held it up 1 second and went, alright, cool.
It
That
just
is-
has to
that
go
is-
through the motion.
That is basically the equivalent of, I really don't give a shit.
Yeah.
My
ah,
manager's around.
Yeah.
I'm not that attached to this place.
It's fucking King's Cross.
I could leave tomorrow.
Fucking muggles. Right, anyway. Anyway, we're not here to talk about London and England and Harry Potter. We're here to talk about...
Wrestling.
What the fuck is that?
Wrestling. It was just me saying wrestling.
No, what is that?
Oh, what is wrestling?
The joke is I haven't watched it in a while, Andy. See, I want to run you through my process. here.
Okay.
Yeah, we really
Yeah,
need to go through and like examine our own individual like situations on how we watch wrestling, if at all. Let's start with
Okay.
Carmine.
I don't.
So you've just given up completely.
No, so here's the thing. I for the most part, I keep up with what's going on. There's a few situations I don't know about. Like, if you were to ask me who the Intercontinental Champion is right now, I couldn't fucking tell you.
I can tell you.
I think it's Braun Strowman,
It is.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
he beat Shinsuke Nakamura.
Well, that's cool, I guess.
and he threw him onto a piano most recently.
Did it make
Alright.
piano noises?
No, it didn't.
Yeah,
break.
with dong dong dong.
That would be
The
good.
piano didn't break, and it gave Shinsuke a fucking cracked skull.
For real?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
amazing idea for a match, right?
Did they think it was just going to fold in half like a regular table?
Yeah,
Why?
I don't know.
I am the piano.
Why do they make it more difficult for themselves?
Did Vince just watch a
have a fake
Looney
piano.
Tunes cartoon and just go,
Bunny, put the duck through the piano. Let's do that. It's like, Vince, they're animated. That's not how it works.
Damn it!
Alright.
Slam Shinsuke on it, damn it!
Put the Japanese guy through a piano. Braun, I hope you're strong enough. He's like, do you not see me? And then he wasn't.
No.
So, okay. So, for the most part, I try to keep up with what's going on, but I haven't actually sat down and watched any wrestling in quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
Though I really don't know what's going on in AEW, though.
Neither do I.
It's very
Right.
good.
Everything I hear is
can we leave Andy to the last because he's just going to mark about AEW.
Oh, for
so
God's-
let's leave him to last.
Did you know that Three Letter Man is really good?
Who's Free Letterman?
MJF?
Oh, I thought you meant EC3.
I like the guy who has his hands in his pockets all the time.
He doesn't
You
even
do
need
know
his
about
hands.
it,
He's so fucking cool.
It's so fucking cool.
Right. Anyway, so for me, as everyone knows, I've kind of been left since May, mainly just because I got really fed up with wrestling. Shows were shit. WrestleMania last year was kind of shit. Just everything was shit, and I got frustrated. I was just like, you know what? There's more things I can be doing with my spare time than watching subpar television.
3 hours of Raw.
That's just 3 hours of Raw. Then you got 2 hours of SmackDown. That's 5 hours. And then you got NXT, which
Another 2 hours.
So, well, at that point it was 1 hour still. It wasn't 2 hours. And it's just like there's too much shit, or at least mediocre. And I'm just like, I could do something else. I could watch good movies. Play
Have a wank.
games.
Let's let that simmer.
Take a shit. Do anything else.
Why'd you go? What
Right.
the fuck?
Can
Why
I
were
ask-
those your top two things?
I don't
Why is your
Jerk off or poop.
it's better than watching SmackDown, for fuck's sake. Right.
Do you jerk off and shit for 2 hours straight?
No.
It's a really weird thing to watch.
Also, do you decide when to poop? Like,
You know
sometimes
what?
you just sort of like have to go because that's your body.
No, I haven't done it in a while.
It's not like,
Well, 5 o'clock.
Oh, it's 8:02. That's pooping time.
This is my designated poop hour.
But yes, there
Anyway.
could have been better uses of your time.
Yeah, so I just got a bit fed up, so I decided to kind of step away from the Suplah and wrestling in general. I've started sort of watching it again,
Hey.
almost. Not AEW.
What's wrong with you?
I've been watching WWE mainly because I got invited to a Royal Rumble viewing event in January.
that you have not stopped tormenting this child about.
Oh, we'll talk about that in a bit. But it was a really good event in terms of actually the party that we went to, not just the show. The party was really good. I got to meet some guys from NXT UK, Mandrews, Flash Morgan Webster, and Dave Mastiff were there. So that was really cool. And I think because of the return of Edge, I've taken a much more stronger interest in it.
So he's like back, right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
having a match at WrestleMania.
Well, he's not back. Like he is back, but he's not going to be doing he's not Daniel Bryan.
Right.
He will be only wrestling 5 times a year.
So he's doing a
it'll be-
Batista.
He's doing more of a Brock Lesnar.
But more athletic and more entertaining than Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to get that fucking opinion in like we've never heard it. a
More
million
athletic.
times
Did
now.
you know Brock Lesnar's not very good?
I don't enjoy him very much.
But also the other thing that I think has helped with my interest in watching WWE again is it's been huge actually over here. WWE's now on television. It's
that's
not.
right.
I mean,
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
with
yeah.
BT, but they're also now on Viacom, Channel 5 over here, which is one of the big 5 channels that we have. And what makes it even better, Raw and SmackDown are only 1 hour on that instead of it being fucking 12 days long.
The condensed milk of wrestling.
Yeah,
So-
they cut out all the shit and they just put in the important stuff.
And that really fucking helps.
I bet.
Yeah. I
So
can see
instead
that.
of having to sit through 13 hours of WWE, I just do 2 hours a week. That is shorter than an episode of Raw, and I catch up with all the major storylines.
And it's on a Sunday,
Yeah,
So you,
the day where you have to do stuff like that.
yeah, exactly. It's much easier. Just 2 hours on a Sunday, I can whack that out easily. It's nice.
Speaking of whacking things out easily, Andy,
hello.
talk about masturbation again, why don't you?
No.
Yeah. How do you jerk off, Andy?
To AEW,
Whilst I
clearly.
do, right?
I can only do it when looking at MJF.
This is weird. No.
So here's my situation.
Holy shit. Wow.
So much in the same way, I don't watch much of it anymore. I keep up with WWE. I follow people on Instagram. I see things on Instagram, and I'm like, huh, okay.
Yeah.
I read like the summaries on Reddit. I see like the clips and the GIFs and everything on there, and that pretty much covers me. It's the same for Japan actually. Like New Japan, I haven't watched a proper show in a while, but I'm still keeping tabs on it. I still like keep track of who, the titles, where they go. And then AEW, I'm really trying, but it's just everything I see, I'm just like,
I'm a bit put off by AEW.
it's just more of the same.
It's
You know, one thing that doesn't help for me personally is that every time I go on Twitter, I see you liking a tweet from Brian Alvarez that just says,
AEW, this many numbers. NXT, some a little less.
These fucking ratings.
Which is both less than TNA did a few years ago.
yeah, it's like it's not even that impressive.
look,
Who cares?
Andy is one of my best friends, but it pisses me off how much you suck AEW's dick. I'm gonna be totally
Because
honest.
it's really good.
Like, okay,
It's-
I'll say this, right?
It is.
Okay, if you like the wrestling, that's fine. It's good, fine, great. But you're like,
Guys, AEW, did you know it beat NXT in the ratings again? Fuck off!
That's what I mean. Like,
But that's good.
no, okay,
It's
fine.
good for the business.
Yeah, all right, I get that. But the problem is that when WWE does something good, like the Edge return and the Royal Rumble was incredible. I'm sorry, I'm standing by that. But nothing from you, nothing. AEW, Jungle Boy's out. It's amazing.
They have a dinosaur!
The point is, the Rumble, the first half, crap.
Fuck off! It was incredible. It was incredible. It was the perfect booking.
I mean, in hindsight,
it was amazing.
really good. At the
It
time,
was I was the look. I'll be honest. There was a lot of people at the bar that I was at watching it who were in the same seat as him, and I was the only one who thought this is fucking brilliant because you knew that Brock was going to get eliminated. It was who's going to eliminate him, and whoever was going to eliminate him was either going to win or was going to be a massive fucking deal. And
You
it
didn't
was
find
perfect
funny
booking.
when Shelton came out, and it was just like, haha, he's gonna get fucking destroyed.
It was
And
perfect booking, and it worked. Drew McIntyre is a fucking monster now.
I mean, granted, the second half of the Rumble, really good.
No, because everyone that was in the first half was never going to win it anyway.
You don't get the
Exactly.
second half without the first half.
Shinsuke!
but MVP, of course.
Eric fucking Ruin!
No.
With the cage!
I will say my favorite joke that came out of the Royal Rumble with MVP specifically.
Yeah.
It's like he comes in, it's like, I'm coming, and then immediately, I'm going.
But I just thought as well, the other thing is, it was such a unique Rumble. Like, it was such a unique situation. We've never seen that where, and there was moments that was like when Kofi came in and then fucking Big E was in and you were like, oh my god, Kofi might get his chance. And then the heartbreak when he got eliminated.
See, Andy has this, like...
Buried.
Andy,
Please fuck off.
Andy's
has
like,
this mentality.
wait, hang on, so really good booking and great storytelling, fuck that shit, I want fucking Jungle Boy and dinosaurs and
Hands in pockets!
hands in pockets.
Wait, wait.
Fucking dinosaurs in pockets.
Do you think if Brock Lesnar had his hands in his trunks the whole time he wrestled, then maybe Andy
That would be
would
dope as shit, I'm not gonna lie.
How's he gonna do suplexes? We'll fucking find out.
He does it with his knees.
Biting them, like,
It was so incredibly well done. It was such a unique Rumble. I was all
Great
Rumble.
So Andy, you have this habit I've noticed where like there are parts of the show that are meant to not be your favorite. They're meant to not be good moments.
They're meant
right?
to piss you off. That's the point.
But you see them and you consider them to be bad because the thing you wanted to happen didn't happen. That's the point.
You
of
know
the
when you
moment.
play,
This whole weekend has been therapy for me.
you know when you play a video game and you don't read the instructions and your automatic reaction is this game is shit. No, it's because you don't know how to play the game. This is a similar thing. The whole point of that beginning of the Rumble is to piss people off. And it was brilliant. It made Brock look great, so whoever got rid of him looked automatically brilliant. And it worked. And I don't see how you can't see this.
Because Brock Lesnar is the worst.
Oh my god,
ever.
no, that's not what I'm saying!
Andy's a mark.
No.
He's a mark, that's what it is.
Oh my god. I get your point, but John Morrison is just, his stock went from being, oh my god, he returned, really cool, to being like, oh, he's
Also, how depressing is it that John Morrison looks that old now?
Does he?
John Morrison's stock didn't fall because of the Rumble, because he was never part of a Rumble storyline. He's with The Miz. He was there to fucking put in bodies and numbers. That's
Also,
the
just
point.
because you don't like the storyline that he's in doesn't mean his stock has fallen. I actually like that Miz and Morrison are back together now. Everything that I've seen from them is pretty, it's good. It gives the Miz something to do.
I feel like
Andy's
Andy's realising that he's lost this argument.
Yeah, well, no shit.
But he just wants to talk about AEW.
No.
So before we get to Andy talking about AEW, let's go through Keelan's.
Yeah, so I probably watch more than anyone, but I watch old shit just constantly on in the background. Like, I've gone through the timeline again.
In a
So
requiem loop, it's just forever.
You'll never reach the modern day.
2002, after the brand split, and Eric Bischoff and hot lesbian action and 3 minute
HLA.
holding and all that kind of
God,
stuff.
I remember being 12 thinking, oh my god, this is amazing to watch.
But I haven't watched
The lesbians.
the main.
They exist.
Lesbians on my wrestling show? It's more likely than you think.
It was a different time.
I mean, are you just watching until present day and then you're just going to go back?
No, I'm going to dump it at about new ECW time when it just kind of
2006.
The beginning of Jack Swagger.
Or Jake Hager.
Jake Hager.
I mean, I think we're all forgetting the true, undisputed ECW champion even to this day, Ezekiel Jackson.
Oh shit, that's right.
Yeah, the best theme song ever.
What Brawl for All theme lyrics.
Yeah.
This here is what you call emancipation.
I can barely walk, but I am the champion.
This right here
Is he still in Lucha Underground?
No, he
He was
died.
in Lucha Underground. What?
Yeah, his character died in
Oh,
Lucha
his
Underground.
character-
really?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
They
Well, he
killed
died.
him?
Yeah. There's a
They
point where
killed his
someone
character,
opens
yeah.
a locker and you see his skull in it with a cigar.
They kill his character in Lucha Underground.
Yeah, in Lucha Underground, people fucking died.
Has there ever been another work to death? I know Vince explained.
Undertaker?
it fucking
Didn't
limo,
someone
but-
in TNA get run over by a train?
Mickey James.
Yes.
Choo-choo.
Oh my god, that was a thing!
Yeah.
I forgot that. Yeah,
He got
sure,
really
right.
mad because of the editing of that.
I mean, I don't even remember.
Oh,
the
I just
editing
got
of
it.
It was a
They
CCTV
ripped
camera
off
that had audio
House
on
of
it.
Cards.
Oh yeah, that's not how that works.
Was Mickey James supposed to be the dog?
No, the
Oh.
woman
No,
that got
the
run
woman
over by
that
a
got run
train.
over by a train.
I only know about them killing dogs.
Did TNA just end up just ripping things off? from
Every
television?
drama, Sons of Anarchy.
Sons,
House of
yeah,
Cards.
House
Oh
of
yeah,
Cards,
Aces and Eights.
Fucking Joker from Dark Knight. They're just
I'm gonna put on my boots. I'm gonna put on my tights.
Was TNA ever good? I feel like that.
Yeah, when
yeah,
it first
in
started.
2005
Jesus.
with
That was 15 years ago.
yep
What?
AJ Styles,
Wait,
Christopher
wait.
Daniels, Samoa Joe.
Broken Matt Hardy.
Yes, okay, that was good.
Yeah, okay, but that was good for a very different reason. I'm talking about in 2005 when the X Division was main eventing pay-per-views.
And the main
Okay,
difference
yeah.
the main difference there is that was one storyline that was good. The rest of the company was not good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, I've recently just rewatched the first 5 episodes of TNA.
Oh, that's 2002 TNA. That's different.
There's some weird stuff on
Like
that.
what?
There's a midget in a trash can, like one with a lid where it's just his eyes.
And his name
and
is Oscar.
And he's just jacking off in a trash can.
What?
Before a match. To the female.
How did this company? How is it still alive in some way, shape,
Just
or
imagine
form?
the trash can with the eyes peeking out and it's just shaking.
They have a weird racism angle and it's homophobe. It's just I don't know how they.
Oh
can
yeah,
put that
they had
on.
a tag team that was a pair of penises called the Johnsons.
Oh, the Johnson.
That's something I would come up with.
It really
It's
is.
something you have come up with.
Oh, right, yeah.
Managed by Mortimer Plumtree.
What?
What?
He's actually pretty entertaining. He's like a weird preppy. My only frame of reference for this is the game Bully. Where they
Wow.
have weird older I don't know.
Well, I mean, the thing is, Vince Russo, the company was named TNA simply because it was on pay-per-view and he
Yeah.
wanted to trick people into thinking it was tits and ass. That was why it was called TNA.
And there is,
That's
to be
literally
fair, quite a bit of that on the show.
No, I mean, it lived up to its standards.
You mean it isn't total non-stop action?
Action what? I mean, in theory, that could mean anything.
He means fucking.
But yeah.
Okay, so Andy, it is your turn now.
Okay, so-
What have you been
I
doing
just
this?
love AEW.
Chris Jericho is the best.
I book AEW in my EWR. There's so many letters.
Okay,
You're
right.
not far off.
Right, I have. Okay, right. So I start an EWR game.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Oh, it's canon!
And I made MJF my champion.
No, wait.
He never plays the game. He starts the game, gets everything that he wants in line, starts like 2 weeks, and then starts a new game because he's changed his mind.
that's what I do. That's he's not wrong. That's literally what I do.
So how have you been fucking pleb?
So basically,
We're half an hour through the intro.
all I do now is I just watch AEW, which I tried watching WWE like after WrestleMania. That show was 24 hours long, and
It wasn't.
I lost to shut up. It felt like it. I just lost the will to watch this crap anymore. So I did stop watching it for a bit, and then I've gone back when Dynamite kicked off, and I was like, well, this at least might be different. And granted, for me, as much as people are like, Andrew loves AEW, what a knob. Like,
Do you know why I do that to you?
oh god, why?
It's because when I first discovered New Japan, you were literally like, oh, Sam just loves the Japanese.
If it's in the Tokyo Dome, it's fucking great.
Fucking Dave Meltzer shitting 5 stars.
The thing is, here's my thing.
But it's an
right?
easy watch, is my thing.
No, but
That's-
here's the thing, right? The reason why I stopped watching wrestling was because I was bored of WWE. There was no alternative. Now AEW's around, and that's fine. There's an alternative, but the problem is I do not see or hear enough people talk about how great it is. It doesn't sound like it's really any different. Say what you want about TNA back in the early 2004s, but you had to admit their fucking stars and their matches were something different.
But it's
and it
only
was
just
amazing.
started. It's been around for
That's
less
not,
than a
but
year.
that's not the point. The point is that they have this great momentum, and there's not really anything to me that's setting them apart. They're just another wrestling company.
Have you tried watching it?
Yeah, and there's nothing.
Okay, well,
But the thing is,
Well,
no
there
one,
goes my entire argument.
but no one talks about any of their stars. I don't see anyone talking about the quality of the matches. There's no one really being like, "Oh my god, this is an incredible alternative to WWE."
I feel like this past week got that because you had Cody jumping off to the cage.
Yeah, that is one thing that I've seen recently is people praising Cody.
The only thing that I've really seen of AEW that people have really gone on about how great it was Cody versus Goldust, but not Goldust.
And that
real
was
Goldust.
before the show started, right?
That's the last thing where I was like, people were like, you need to see with this match.
Right.
Everything else that has happened, no one's really said anything. It's
I mean,
kind of
Kenny
just
Omega went from being one of the top wrestlers
I
in
don't
the
even
world,
hear about him anymore.
and he doesn't. The last I heard, he dressed up as Sans from Undertale.
The thing is, they have booked themselves the elite in a really weird way. I guess
there's kind of no winning with that, because if you book the elite as well, they're just going to win everything and be the top, then it's well, now you're just sucking your own
I
dicks.
think it was a deliberate thing to put that out there to say, look, we're not making ourselves
Right, but then if you don't really do anything with them, then it's well, then what the fuck are we doing here?
I agree that Kenny just looks like a total dork, and he hasn't done anything.
That's my main exposure to Kenny, and I'm like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
No, if you watch his Japan stuff, it's like a completely different wrestler.
There's two different Kennys.
But free if you go back far enough.
But on
Yes,
the, on the
there's
plus,
little baby Kenny.
Yeah,
on
in
the
the juniors.
On the plus side, though, AEW, by doing that, have created some new people that, quite frankly, I would never have even.
And yes,
heard
that's
I was
a good
going to
move.
say,
Regardless,
AEW has informed me that Chris Statlander is a person that
I
exists, and I love her.
Andy didn't even like that one.
You don't even like...
Well, no, here's the thing, right? MJF, really
Oh, why? What is he? He's just...
MJF stands for I like him.
good. Maxwell Jacob Freeman, really good. Cody, good. Private Party, really good.
What's that?
Private Party, they're like a tag team. They're not like they are a tag team.
Oh, I thought that was one person named Private
They
Party.
come out as like a velvet
I mean, it could have
rope
been.
and
He's a
have
sergeant
fight.
in the army, but he likes going
But he can go wild when he wants to.
Sergeant Party.
New Brawl character.
Like the Lucha Brothers, I know they were a thing.
That's Pentagon Jr. Yeah.
and Phoenix.
Yeah,
Huh.
amazing.
Phoenix.
Who else is there?
Look, I'm not
Mostly,
disputing
like,
it.
Fucking Ambrose.
I'm not. Yeah, but the thing is, I'm not disputing that. What I'm saying is that to me, they haven't No one talks about AEW. No one talks about how great it is.
So, and it's funny you brought up John Moxley because I noticed something recently where on YouTube, all the AEW clips that they upload,
Yes.
John Moxley dominates the views. Everything else doesn't really get the clicks that he does. He seems to be kind of the only thing people are paying attention to.
Because he is like a legitimate star. Besides from Jericho, like
One might call him a draw.
yeah, like he is. I don't want to compare him to Austin, but he is like this.
Yeah, but that's
Generation
fine. But
Austin.
they're not making storylines that are getting people talking. They're not making matches that are people like.
What?
So
MJF
this
and
is-
Cody's a storyline that people are
I
talking
mean,
about.
to be fair, the only storyline I've heard about from you is the Dark Order, and you say it's shit.
Yeah, but
Well, this is not good because that's the first storyline I've heard, and if the first storyline I've
It's
heard about
kind
is
of
shit-
crossing that line where it's so weird and shit that it's slowly becoming good because it's bad. I don't know if
Oh,
that
so
makes
you're like
sense.
pointing and laughing at it?
Look at these fucking jabronis. Stop pointing and laugh at them.
But to be fair though, like the MJF Cody storyline is going like it's just really.
I mean,
But
I always say
know-
good
the
things
thing is,
about
I
Cody.
don't know anything about it. No one's talking about
well,
it.
what's the bloody show? Like,
Sell him on it. What's the story?
What is the story?
Just watch it.
so
Are they just fighting each other, or is
okay,
there
so
something
the story
more?
is that Cody took MJF kind of under his wing,
Okay.
and MJF is he's just a cunt, but he's doing it in a way that Cody doesn't realise it. So like he's being a dickhead, like MJF's being a dickhead to Cody's wife and to all his friends, but he's being like super two-faced to Cody. And then there's a match at Full Gear, which is one of their pay-per-views, where it's Cody versus Jericho for the title.
Okay.
And if Cody doesn't win, he can't ever get a title shot again.
But no matter who's champion.
It doesn't matter. That's it.
Wow.
So basically, MJF, like, Cody is like bleeding really badly out of his head. 'cause
Yeah,
it's
he
just
bleeds
blood.
a lot.
Yeah,
He's got a lot of blood.
and like it's really bad, and it's a bit like Austin with Bret Hart. It looks like he's going to pass out from just the pain. So MJF throws in the towel. That's it. So MJF has technically cost Cody this title shot forever, and then essentially like MJF, you think he's being like really apologetic because like, well, what was I supposed to do? But then he just kicks him in the dick. And then, like, literally just kicks him straight in the...
So that's why you like AEW. It's all dick moves.
And, like, literally, it was a part of his plan the whole time, the double crossing. And, like, Cody really
Like,
wants...
we could see it coming, but sometimes when you see it coming, you're anticipating it and you actually enjoy it.
Yeah, it was one of those things where WWE just swerves you because you can see it coming. And you go, oh, for fuck's sake. And it takes them forever to do the thing that you wanted them to do. AEW, because MJF is a person, AEW, like, literally just pulled the trigger when they needed to, and it actually worked. Like, people are like, fuck you, MJF, you fucking twat.
But didn't they already hate him? Now they hate him more.
Yeah, so they hate him even more.
Wow.
And that's pretty much unheard of, that a heel, it's nuclear.
A heel turns heel.
It's like nuclear heat. Like, it's
Wow.
unreal. Like, you know how heels can be like, hey, Edge is cool, or, I don't know.
Hey,
people like-
Kevin
Well, because
Owens.
I think MJF was getting to that point of like he's a heel, but everybody likes him.
But now everybody just hates him because he did this thing. So then Cody wants to fight MJF at the next pay-per-view. But MJF's like, no, you have to do these 3 fucking things, so up your...
Okay, alright. I'll be
You
honest.
must
that-
answer my riddles 3.
Exactly. Poor Cody in the
in
ring.
order to face me, you must complete a series of challenges.
Exactly. A series of
Did
challenges.
you get triggered from it?
Yes, I did. Please never say that again.
But the thing is when you say it like that does sound interesting. That
Yeah.
does sound like a good storyline. No one talks about
How
it.
come I've never heard of it before?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've literally never heard it. And I'm fucking on Reddit, I'm on like, I look at the dirt sheets, I keep up to date with stuff, but no one talks about this stuff.
Well, they need a social media officer that's really good.
Is that you putting out
I'll give you my business card.
This has been a long-winded way of me saying I want that job.
But like, okay, that's really bad. If you haven't heard of that, then this isn't going to work. Because how are you going to... Like, people like you are exactly who they need to target. People
Yeah.
who have gone, this is shit, I don't want to watch this anymore.
Not even this is shit. It's like, well, what even is it?
Well, I mean, like, wrestling in general. Like, you fell out the loop in May. Sam couldn't be asked watching anymore. You would like, fuck this, I ain't doing this anymore. And you were watching stuff from 15
90s.
years ago because you're like, this is so much better.
This is a good shit.
If they're not doing that, then I'm now a bit scared that this thing is going to just
But my question is it that people aren't talking about it because it's bad marketing on AEW's part, or people not talking about it because it's not anything special? Like, I know it's a bit of a it's an unfair example, but like the CM Punk pipe bomb, that was a big thing. People talked about it. They still talk about it to this day.
I think it's shit marketing. Because they're going to have an uphill battle regardless, because
so far what you've been telling me, it sounds like they do wrestling, they do good wrestling, but they don't do anything new.
Well, that's the issue.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
The audience that watches wrestling is probably smaller than it's been in a long time. And no one's getting anyone outside of that smaller audience. So people who like wrestling are like, oh, it's really good, but... Well, who are those guys?
I mean, I always think personally, one of the reasons why TNA got as big as it did, it wasn't for the stars like Kurt Angle and Christian that they signed. It was they made themselves different. They had the X division. That was a division
that alone was groundbreaking.
That was a style thing. That wasn't weight class or gender. That was a style thing, which meant that you knew that match was going to be incredible.
You could have Samoa Joe versus Christopher Daniels.
Yeah, and you had the Ultimate X ring, the Ultimate X match, and you had the six-sided ring. They made themselves stand out. They lost their identity when Hulk Hogan came in. That's when it went really tits up.
He's lost too many sides, brother.
X Division is now the Cruiserweight title. No, fuck off, Hulk. Yeah, no, that's what it's going to be, and we're going to have a four-sided ring, brother. Like, fuck off, Hulk. But that's what I mean. AEW doesn't seem to have... I don't even know what titles they have. Do they have a tag team title?
Yeah, so they have a world title, tag team titles, and a women's championship, and that's it. They've only got 3 titles.
That's fair.
And I gotta say, I really haven't heard shit about the women's division of AEW.
Oh, okay. This is the one thing that
I've heard a lot, only because of the controversy around Nyla Rose.
Yeah, so...
Who's Nyla Rose?
She is a transgender wrestler, formerly male, now a woman.
Okay.
But you wouldn't be able to tell just by looking at her.
Okay.
Because she looks kind of like just a generic, like a...
It's kind of a new Awesome Kong.
Yeah, like Awesome Kong, like that kind of lady.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So she's been, as far as I'm aware, she is the title holder now, right?
Yeah, she beat Riho for the title.
Yeah, Riho, small Japanese underdog.
Oh,
kind of like Kairi Sane.
Yeah.
A little bit.
But just not as good.
Yeah. So she's the champion now, and of course that's bringing in all of the transphobes, all of people saying like, "Oh, they used to be a man," and it's like it's not real.
Yeah, like
I was
Val.
going to say
punching.
it's not real. What does it have to do?
Yeah, exactly.
Because Val Venus posted a tweet going, "Oh, it gives him an advantage." It's a work, you stupid.
An
There's been
advantage
matches.
to what?
There have been
That's what Val
matches.
Venus was yelling
Yeah,
about?
he was like, oh, it gives them like an unfair advantage and stuff.
But there's been legitimate matches where women have faced men. Like TNA, their current champion is
Tessa Blanchard.
that's it.
Yeah.
Who's a woman,
And racist.
and also that.
Who's in recordings for fans if you ask her and pay her privately.
That sounds a bit dodge, Keelan.
Oh no, it is.
Don't get me wrong, it's very, very much that.
We're not denying this.
What does that say about the pay rate of being a champion?
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. Like, it's not real. Who gives a shit?
Right,
Like, it
exactly.
doesn't- like, it's not a legit sport. I don't care. Like, it doesn't... like, the best thing about it, though, is they've never mentioned it on telly.
I was just going to
Yeah.
ask, do they make
Oh,
any point
no,
of it in her
God,
character?
no.
Okay,
Actually,
then fuck it.
this was a bit of a lie. She may have brought it up in, like, a backstage interview. You know, like, these vignette videos where, like, my story, and, like, literally just like, an off-handed comment, and that's literally it. Like, as far as... if you had never known anything about Nyla Rose, you would never have known. So...
But she's like a new star that's been made by AEW. Or at least been brought into the spotlight.
Yeah. I mean, they've done some really cool things. So, like, I think they had female referees before WWE did, and stuff like that. I mean, at the end of the day, like, it is slightly concerning that they do all of these kind of progressive things and forward-thinking ideas. I mean, I don't want to be cynical, but on a basis where you're like, oh, they do this cool thing, and then maybe people will hear of that, because, you know, that's marketing.
They do it for the sake of getting people to watch,
Yeah,
rather
and
than doing it organically.
And that's not me being cynical, it's just...
What it
branching.
seems.
That's just the way it works. So if nobody's still watching it because of that, it's like, oh, Jesus, oh, God.
Well, I mean, I don't see much entertainment in Chris Jericho anymore.
So
And he's their
still
main champion.
Yeah,
Does he still have the list?
he had a list, a lexicon of Le Champion,
I still don't get that.
It was basically just another list, but he couldn't call it the list, so he had to just make something else up.
I think that was the joke.
Yeah.
Oh.
But like, the only things, as I'm sitting here dying, the other thing was that I have coronavirus. I shouldn't have said that. Anyway,
We all know you.
we all know you voice.
Don't have it.
So
And then he
basically,
goes and gets it.
yeah, that'd be alright, ironic.
Just to prove a point.
Well, now fuck you. I'm sick.
I'm going to fly to China. No, no one can get in. So the point is that I don't know what my point was. What was I talking about?
AEW.
AEW.
AEW good.
It's very good.
Maybe watch it.
Yeah, it's not like...
They need something to hook people.
Okay, the pay-per-view's
They
coming
need
up next
something.
week.
I think it's not that they need. Well, they do need something to hook people, but they need something to stand out.
Right.
I don't think they have anything like TNA. I know we make fun of it, but back in the day, it had at least 2-3 major things that made it stand out.
Even the first AEW show, like Tony Schiavone was like, wrestling is back on TNT, and it almost like made out like he was locked in a cupboard for 20 years. And he was like, I'm out, I'm back on TNT.
I'm free, I'm finally-
like, I'm free.
You get 3 wishes.
They definitely played on that old WCW
CW.
thing. They've almost, without saying it, said, we're WCW, for all you people that stopped watching when WCW died. That's what we are. And they kind of are, because they've got Cody going back with Dusty and all that kind of thing.
Right.
And the camera work is all very sort of WCW-ish.
Is it better than WWE though, with the fucking zooming in?
Oh,
every
Christ.
time?
Oh, it's better than that, but it's just got a slightly different feel. It just feels like WCW.
Has anyone seen like? I think it went on Reddit. There was a video of someone filming the camera guy
Yeah.
and doing like
Yeah, he's
this.
literally moving his entire body with the camera.
Yeah, like fucking Kevin Dunn's a twat.
Is there
Yeah.
a fucking zoom button on the camera?
Yeah. Kevin Dunn's like, what's this? Oh wow, it zooms in. Fucking use it all the time.
There's
It's
a bit
like-
in Mr. Bean's Holiday where he's just doing that with the fucking camcorder, and it looks like he's zooming, but then you cut to a shot of him just like doing that.
Kevin Dunn's new thing is he's just discovered, what was it, augmented reality or something?
Oh, I hate that. I hate it
the
so
wide
much.
shots of the arena, and they
And-
zoom in, and there's Asuka's mask,
Or like,
Or a dog.
or a dog in the sky.
and I'm like, this looks shit.
Kevin
Carmine
Dunn's
looks
like,
very,
it's
very
just
weirded
like
out.
so super high tech. So now basically what happens is that during big events, right now this is legit. During big events with certain superstars, like with Alexa Bliss, they'll have her logo in 3D in the arena, but it's augmented reality, so it's not actually there. But it's like the camera like swishes past it, like it's this super high tech, amazing technology, and everyone's just like, it looks really fucking shit.
Yeah.
It looks so bad.
It's
Wow.
not good.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, it is. There must be some sort of.
They must have got that
example
idea
online.
from the NFL. The NFL does that.
Yeah, the
sometimes.
NFL literally do that.
But
Do
for
you
them,
guys?
it's just like a big logo. Like, here are the 2 teams that are playing. Okay, now here's the game. It's
No.
not like, hey, look at the crowd. It's the Broncos.
And, but the thing is as well, like, for some of the entrances, they actually, like...
This is it. This is
Incorporate
Asuka's entrance. I know this is really bad because it's not.
But
visual,
they
still.
incorporate it in
So
the
this is-
entrances. But if you're not in the arena, you can't see them. So it's
Yeah,
like,
I mean, you could look at the Tron or like the
This.
big screen and it will
What
show
the
you.
fuck?
stupid.
Like, this is fine. Like
Right, the
Royal
logo
Rumble
of the show or whatever.
But there's Asuka's
What
mask.
the hell?
There's Sasha Banks' glasses.
Just like floating above the ring like a deity.
Yeah. When I first saw it, I
Fear
thought,
the glasses. Show me what you got.
And the moon
I
is
want to
moon.
see what you
What the hell?
it's literally like when I first saw it, I was like, how is this in the arena? But then I was like,
Oh, there's another one.
oh, it's not
Oh,
real.
it's an army. Show me.
It's so fucking shit.
That's terrible.
It's
Yeah,
awful. It's
it's really
actually
not
awful.
Holy cow.
I can't defend
See,
it.
if AEW had giant shit around the arena that wasn't really there,
Yeah, they don't
And
do that.
if AEW did that, and you'd be like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!
I
it looks
swear
like futuristic."
I swear when they did an episode on a cruise ship, and I swear they
Oh,
did
yeah.
cuts like long shots of the ship, and it wasn't actually the ship; it was like a CGI ship.
Yeah, no, I legit was
Don't
like,
worry, guys. We'll just get it from Titanic. No one will know the difference.
it's cheaper to just film the boat.
Because basically, like, it's clear they anchored this boat to the point where other boats are going past and people are chanting at the other boats. But it's like,
What could you possibly chant as another boat?
There's like a ship horn halfway through, and JR was like, "Hell was that?"
I swear he farts
Forgot
as
we're on a
well.
boat.
The JR farts as well. He goes, "Oh, that was the horn of the boat," and like all the commentators are awkwardly like this. It's just like, okay, JR.
Wow.
Also, Jim Ross.
What about him?
He's not good anymore. Like, I don't... He's just like...
He's very old.
Look at the size of this woman. Look at the size of this other woman. And he said one comment about, like...
Look at the size of this third woman.
He said a comment about this, like... I think it was, like... Rio? I don't know, I can't remember.
Rio?
Like, basically...
the bird movie.
R-I-H-O, Riho.
But basically it's like,
Riho.
oh, this lady is female, woman, Oriental, Asian.
Like
Oriental.
My God, Jim!
Wow, you can't say that.
You
cannot say that.
in Egypt, you can't say
You
these
cannot
things.
say that.
I thought you were just going to go like Perd Hapley from Parks and Rec, be like, this woman is female. And she wrestles in a wrestling ring.
That's all he needed to say. But then he just went off on one for some reason and realised he was saying bad things, trying to backtrack, but then realised he just said worse things as he was going on.
It's you!
Well, it's not as bad as that Jim Cornette thing.
Oh, dear Lord.
Oh yeah, the bucket of fried chicken across Ethiopia.
I see, I've not seen this or heard this.
Okay, so Jim Cornette... How
He
do you
basically-
phrase it?
It was something like someone with a bucket of chicken on their back
Yeah, he's
running
fat.
through Ethiopia.
Yeah, he's faster than someone with a bucket
It's
of fried
just-
chicken on their back running through Ethiopia.
It's so
Yeah.
dated though, even for what it is.
I mean,
It's
someone literally pulled
the
it up and he
Ethiopian
said the
famine was
exact
like
same thing.
1970 or
He said
something.
the exact same thing in a promo from like the 80s. And he got canned from NWA?
Must have been.
NWA
Yes.
Power.
I don't get that show because, like, it's stuck in the 70s. I'm
We're
like,
coming at you from the past.
yeah, I don't get it.
I mean, boomers love it.
Well,
Do they?
Do
Okay.
they?
Boomers love Magnus.
Do they?
Clearly, otherwise they wouldn't be doing this.
Get it? His name is Magnus because he's large.
No, I don't get it. What?
I don't know. It sounds like a big guy name.
He's not even that big.
He's tall.
Yeah.
He has some sort of...
Remember when it was Brutus Magnus?
No.
That's how it started.
Yeah.
Oh, I just know
If
Magnus.
you've gone to WWE, his name now would just be Brutus.
I know him as Oblivion from the New Gladiators.
Yeah.
Oh, Keelan, you mean like
Oh,
Murphy?
yes, he was in
Yes,
that.
he was.
It was like only like 3 episodes long, that series. It was so bad.
Yeah.
He was Oblivion.
And so was Mason Ryan. He was in it as Goliath.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
He
I
cuts a
don't know.
promo and he's like, "Do not crawl."
What?
Yeah.
You can do anything else, but if you crawl, I will be sad.
I mean, literally, he
He
like.
can walk.
It was
He
a
can
it was a
run.
challenge where like they had like the foam like pads or anything, and you had to like
Yeah.
sidestep the gladiators. But this jabroni crawled underneath his feet, and then he cut a promo afterwards. And he was like, "To crawl."
Why did you crawl?
I'm gonna see if I can try and find the
I have no idea what...
Sky One Gladiators. It had a resurgence.
Did it?
Yes.
Yeah, there was like a return to the show. Return.
So this was the equivalent of doing World of Sport
Yeah.
again.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
yeah. Mason Ryan Gladiators. Oh, but the thing isn't even on YouTube. But I know I'm right. Oh no, here it
That's
is.
all that matters. I know I'm right. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Did you say crying or crawling?
He was destined to be a star.
Yeah.
I think he shot himself.
Whatever happened to him after he got sacked?
He went to do Cirque du Soleil.
What, really?
Well, that's
Yeah.
a change of career.
He like ate fire or some shit.
Did he crawl whilst he was doing that?
No crawling.
No crawling.
Sorry.
Do not crawl.
Ah.
So wrestling is still,
Wrestling?
yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing's really changed.
Sounds like we haven't missed much.
No, I mean, WrestleMania's coming up.
Royal Rumble was good. I will stand by the
Rumble is
result.
good.
What's going to happen at WrestleMania so far?
So Charlotte won the Women's Rumble,
Okay.
which at the time everyone was like, "Fuck this," myself included.
Yeah, that was shit.
Yeah. However, she is facing Rhea Ripley,
Who the fuck is that?
the NXT Women's Champion.
She's going for the NXT title instead of the Raw Women's
Because
title.
Becky's
You know what?
the Raw champion, Bayley's the SmackDown champion. She's like, I beat both of them, and then Rhea came out and was like,
I'm okay with that. As weird as it is, because it feels like a step down, I'm okay
"Well,
with
the thing is,
that.
I step down anymore because NXT is now
Right,
evolved
they're
into
trying
a
to do
2-hour
that.
show
I
on
was
the
gonna
USA
say,
Network."
they they're trying to market NXT more as a third brand as opposed to the
I
developmental
gotta tell you,
brand.
I'm not crazy about that idea.
More like the ECW.
Yeah,
That doesn't make it sound better.
No.
I mean, NXT is still good. Like, you still have the Undisputed Era doing Undisputed Era things.
But I liked its identity as these are new people doing different
But now
things.
it's not even new people. It's just people
Yeah, I
that
guess
are
it's
new
all-
to WWE.
They're all indie stars at this point.
Yeah, you
yes.
got Keith
Yeah.
Lee, you got Adam Cole, you got... Rhea Ripley is a homegrown talent, admittedly.
It's PWG, but here.
Literally, yeah. They
Yeah.
just signed all of the indie guys and everything, but that's what it is. But I like it still. So, they're still good at wrestling, it's just we're not good at keeping up with it.
No.
Drew's facing Brock,
Right.
so that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Do
believe-
people think he's going to win?
I think so.
I hope so.
I think it's his time.
Yeah.
He was
Well,
too
they'll
young
probably
originally.
fuck it up afterward,
Yeah.
not booking
Yeah.
him properly, putting him in a feud with Kane or something.
Brock will win it right back or something.
Yeah.
Big Show turns on
Yeah,
him.
exactly. But yes, so wrestling.
So
Yes.
I think on that note, we might as well end this.
This has been our little recap.
yeah.
We don't know what this show's really going to be because of what we've just been talking about for an hour, where the wrestling is kind of not our priority viewing anymore.
It's literally just going to be us talking about random stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
It can be whatever we want it to be. Whenever we want to do it, we're not going anywhere. It's just something we do occasionally now.
Yeah.
Raw is still happening.
Brawl is great.
Just got done recording a show actually.
Yes.
So
that'll
we're
happen.
not dead. We're not dead yet.
Right.
It's just we do it whenever we want to do it.
So
Yeah.
I've been Andy Bond.
I've been Liam.
I've been Sam Brooks.
Keelan Balderson.
And I've been Carmine Antonelli.
And we'll see you whenever that is next time.
Next time.
Goodbye.
I think you got the word back.
I did, I got it
He's a
right.
little confused, but he's got the spirit.
I'm always confused. Goodbye. How do I turn this off?